The Benson.
From the Logan City Lanes in Queensland, and the men's competition getting to a very exciting stage because of the performances of one Queenslander, David Hardy, who's come from the 9th seed. He's now through to play the 5th seed, another Queenslander, Tom Kury. Steve, can he keep on going?
Gee, he looks good, doesn't he? 852 for 4 games so far, and my money's on David, actually.
Well, he's running hot, David Hardy. Let's see if he can keep that good run of successes going.
Two Queenslanders back in action in the Coca-Cola Classic. And what a hard act to follow. Steve Wimbridge of Western Australia going down in that thriller to David Hardy, 255 to 200. Now we've got Tom Kury making his first appearance in the program.
So Tom Kury to bowl the first frame. Great start.
And a grittier competitor this country has never produced. He's tough.
So David Hardy going for four or 5 wins, in fact, in a row. He's put 4 together. Of course, before this tournament, there was the series of qualifyings from which all of the players were then seeded. And, of course, to win the outright tournament, the $2,000 and the trip to America with Qantas, you have to keep going through to the final and win.
Well, he broke them up. And I wonder if he'll be a little more nervous against Tom than the other opponents. The other opponents he didn't know terribly well, but I would think that he's bowled against Tom in many, many tournaments up here in Queensland in the past year. And that does quite often cloud your thinking, particularly in these do-or-die situations.
So there's the spare for David Hardy in the first. He'll now come over and bowl his second frame on lane 11.
Yes, he wasn't pleased with his release that time. Overturned the ball a little, which he's guilty of sometimes when he gets up on the first ball of a frame. Let's see if he makes an adjustment in his release.
Well, he didn't look too happy with that when he let it go. He just overbalanced a little. Yes. But the result was what he wanted.
Yeah, pleased to get rid of it. But great pin action, that pin coming off the side wall and doing the damage with 3 pins that were standing momentarily. Look at that balance problem.
So Tom Kury now to bowl his second frame after his strike in the first.
No 300 games in this match. Once again, we see the bowlers having trouble bringing the ball up to the strike pocket on lane 12 at Logan City Lanes. Turning out to be quite a hoodoo lane for everyone. It's just going back to lane 12 again. And the top seed in the tournament is the left-handed Steve Lovell. But before then, we have Paul Morland, the defending champion, the 4th seed, Alan Atkins, a lefty. From Queensland, the 3rd seed, Kevin Quinn of New South Wales, the 2nd seed, and Steve Lovell of Victoria, the top seed for the tournament. They're the men that you're going to see in the remaining matches in this most exciting tournament. Looks good.
So the second strike of the match for Tom Kury was all square after the first frame.
Yeah, deep pocket hit, bit of a bent elbow, but he straightens it up at the release point. And a very accurate bowler.
Now David Hardy, who bowled 8 strikes in his last match against Steve Wimbridge of Western Australia.
He is locked in. Locked in. Looks good. Very good.
So David Hardy leads by 10 pins after the 5th frame, 106 to 96. So Tom Kury now with some work to do.
And those 14 years of bowling experience since David was 9 coming through now as he takes on Tom Kury. 10 the difference. The leader in the bench.
Hooking back in. But leaving his 2 pins standing.
Lane 12.
Not a lot of excitement, but for one little fellow, it's just been all too much. So Tom Kury for his spare, which he successfully gets.
Yes, it's been a long day for some of the bowlers. Tom's been there on lane 12 for about 7 minutes, and it seems like hours, I'm sure, to him. That lane not treating the right-handed bowlers too kindly. But David Hardy's having no trouble with it. He's attacking both lanes, and he's really well and truly locked in.
So Tom Kury moves across to the left-hand lane, lane 11, which has certainly been more favourable for bowlers through this tournament, as is the case there for Tom Kury.
Oh, and Tom, you can feel it. Watch this pin fly across and crush the 7 like a grape. David hasn't been overawed by any of the bowlers he's faced so far, and he's beat some very good people. The Australian Masters champion Kevin Harding by 11, the 1985 bowler of the year by 18, Terry Wenban, Ian Hughes by 5, and Steve Wimbridge by 55. And that extends the lead now to perhaps 20 over Tom Kury.
The problem, Steve.
Yes, the sleeper pin, the 8 pins, the pest in this lineup. David there in a world of his own. I think he's got it covered. Good thinking. Look of disgust on Tom's face as he comes back towards the commentary position.
So back to David Hardy. He's at the top of the 9th frame.
Ken Sheehan hoping that his man gets a strike. He did. Well done, David. Well done, Ken. And David showing the way on lane 12 by attacking the pocket. Stark contrast of almost every other bowler in the tournament. Very impressive performance by David Hardy. 23 years of age. Looks like he's got the mind of Methuselah.
Leaving himself just 1 for the spare.
Well, the situation is that he needs to get the spare to win the match. If he misses, he bowls a game of 202, and Tom Kury has room for 202.
At the end of the 8th, it's a 22 pin difference. 174 to 152 to David Hardy.
Hardy needs the spare to win. He's in trouble. Oh, dear.
Well, who would have believed it?
Well, we've seen it happen so often in the women's tournament, and now Tom Kury, sitting in the chair, needs a turkey to tie.
Well,
if it's a tie, it's an even hairier situation for the two bowlers because they have to go through a 2-frame playoff to break the tie. And look at David.
He simply can't believe that he would have missed that pin for his spare.
Well, he's taking it on the chin because Tom's still got it in front of him. Needs a strike.
Well, there's one of them.
And what a good ball it was to get a strike under pressure. Tom Kury, one of the best pressure bowlers in Australia. And let's have a look at this 5-pin. Get treated with contempt at the right time. It's blown sideways.
Well, for the record, he was at the end of the 9th behind by 21 pins, but he needs another 2 strikes.
Well, we've seen Joellen Day get strikes as required in the 10th frame. Let's see if Tom Kury can match her.
Can he do it?
He dropped it. It's right in the hole. Yes! One more strike to tie. What a match.
So the pressure right on Tom Kury. Just to keep his composure, he walks just back a little way away from the lanes.
Taking his time. Got to gather your thoughts. One good shot to tie it all up. Not to win, just to tie. Looks all right. Yes!
Well, what a comeback by Tom Kury.
What a beauty.
A tie at 202 apiece. David Hardy just left that door slightly ajar by missing that solitary pin in the last, and Tom Kury has taken advantage.
This will be a test. David Hardy coming off a most disappointing missed single pin spare in the 10th when he had the game won for all money. Tom Kury, a turkey. Crowd cheering David up now. He's got to bowl 1 frame and then sit down while Tom bowls his 2 frames.
And if David Hardy bows out, he'll never forget that one solitary pin that he missed.
Good result for him. A good ball under pressure.
I'm sure his thoughts will be on the last time he had 1 pin to get.
He won't miss this one. In fact, he spared this in the 10th frame to win his very first match in the televised finals. No worries. Now Tom Kury, gathering his thoughts.
Tom Kury now to bowl 2 frames. Done it again.
And a credit to Tom Kury, incidentally, that the lane that gave him all the trouble midway through the game was able to produce a turkey for him when he needed it. And now another strike to open up this tiebreaker. Well, Tom can win it all by getting another turkey now. He shuts the gate. He'd have a count of 60 in his 2 frames. The best David could do would be 50. He needs a double. He's never been in a situation like this before.
Oh, so close.
Boy, did he want that first one, because that puts the pressure right on David. He hasn't got quite as much pressure on him now. And look at those pins flying all the way around the 7 pin, but it stayed. David now steeling himself for the biggest effort of his life. The best Tom can do now is 40. .40 with a strike. David Hardy has room for 50. Shaping up as another tiebreaker.
So Tom Kury hoping for another strike to give him the maximum in this tiebreaker. The maximum.
And it went for him that time, and he dropped it from a great height, but it came up for him, as drop balls so often do. So he's got 40.
40 he finishes with. Now, David Hardy, who seemingly had this match won.
Well, he needs a strike on this shot to have a chance to win. Strike and a spare would give him 40, and another tiebreaker, a double to win. Anything less, and he's out of business. Needs a strike. He's giving it every chance. Yes, he's got it! What a performance by David Hardy. One more strike to win.
Well, what an unbelievable match. And can he do it?
Look at that pin action, the 4-pin, the last to go. But he gave it every chance. He gave it plenty of air on lane 12, and that's what he needed to do. And it came good for him at the right time.
Another one of those is what he needs to progress to the next round. Done it the hard way if he gets there.
A chance. Yes! 5 wins in a row.
What a fantastic match. You won't see much better than that.
And he'd be close to tears after that one. Oh, look at that. The face tells the story. Winners can smile and losers can please themselves.
And there's his mother, who certainly is delighted. I would guess that she's been having some heart palpitations over the last few moments.
Yes. And son David, look at this. Come on, he's saying. Oh, fantastic stuff. All academic now. He's done it again, though.
Well bowled. 50 plays 40 in the tiebreaker. And David Hardy progresses to the next round with a great win over a fighting Tom Kury. He'll play Paul Mullen, the defending champion, in the next round.